Hey guys, this is Ash at Audio 46. So today I'm just gonna cut to the chase and start right away because I'm gonna review pretty highly priced earphones from AAW Nightingale. So this competes with other highly priced earphones like Shure A46 or Campfire and Grado, so let's find out if it's worth the price. Alright, let's start. AAW Nightingale comes with the earpieces, cable, silicone, 2-flange foam ear tips, adapters, cleaning cloth, wooden carrying case, and the warranty card. Nightingale utilizes a single 15mm microplanar magnetic driver and a braided copper cable sporting a 2-pin connection to the earphones and a 3.5mm single-ended connection. So AAW's Nightingale has an overall mature and sturdy look to it, and it's actually sturdy because it's made out of a strong metal and has a matte black finish to it. So it definitely looks expensive and well made. In terms of the fit, I did have to kind of adjust a little bit to find the most comfortable fit because the housings are medium to kind of a big size. And not gonna lie, after a long listening session, I did feel a bit of a strain on my ears. But what I found also is that this cable ear hook really secures your earphones right in your ears. So unless you have like teeny ears, I think these should be good for you. And lastly, the earphones feel light, but it's not like super light. So a little confession, before I started testing out the sound of Nightingale, I had a really big meal and I was battling with food coma, but the low end of Nightingale just like woke me up completely in a really good way. I think the low end of Nightingale was kind of like up there with my favorites. It was so good. So in general, the low end was punchy, balanced, even, precise, realistic, and on top of that, it was very strong and powerful, yet it had control. And to be honest, in my opinion, I think this control was what made the low end sound so good. And obviously, like you guys know already, I went to listen to my go-to hip hop songs, like along with old school hip hop, and it was just really satisfying. I mean, it was satisfying with other genres too, but like hip hop is important to me. But anyway, so another thing that I noticed was that the deep lows and, for example, like sound of kick drums sounded really good on these. So let's say like genres like rap rock, for example, like Limp Bizkit or Beastie Boys, like music from that kind of artist sounded especially good. So I was a little confused with the mid-range on Nightingale. So I listened to a bunch of different songs from like different genres, and I came to a conclusion that the sound of the instruments are clear, separated, and has a full-bodied feel, but the vocals sounded a bit veiled. And this aspect showed the most in genres like punk and rock, because it was a fine line between the vocal and instruments sounding good together and mushy together. So yeah, but like I said, the level of detail on the instruments was outstanding. So even like intricate solos from like rock songs from bands like Black Sabbath, Deep Purple, Led Zeppelin, you know, the really hard solos sounded so lively and accurate. But honestly, more I listened to the songs for mid-range, I couldn't help but to think that the vocals weren't powerful enough and instruments sounded exponentially better than the vocals. So I would say the mid-range sounded more balanced in genres like folk or any tracks with acoustic instruments or heavy on acoustic instruments, because like I said, the instruments sounded way better than vocals. So the highs of Nightingale definitely leaned towards the smoother side, and it was never too bright. It had emphasis on the lower treble and a little bit more emphasis on the bass of the upper octave. So altogether, combined with this cut in the upper octave, it really gave me the sense of audible air, articulation, and a smooth lack of sibilance, which is something that I should work on. Anyway, so yeah, it sounded great on pretty much all the genres, but I found it sounding the best with Latin music and classical music. So for example, like one of my favorite Latin female singers, Shambo, her voice was it sounded very articulate and accurate, but at the same time, never too bright or sharp. So you know how I kept praising about the level of detail of instruments and all the frequencies? Even on soundstage, the vocals still sounded a little less articulate, but the instruments, oh my god, it just felt like it was surrounding and pinpointing at me. And overall, the soundstage of Nightingale was surprisingly deep and airy. Okay, my final thoughts. So I think Nightingale was kind of like a burger with top-notch, glossy, delicious, amazing buns on top and bottom, but with a mediocre beef patty. Like the highs and the lows were really, really good, honestly, for me, but the mid-range was, I don't know, it was like, okay. But in general, I think it still gave me a solid sound with like versatile sound profile. Although I'm gonna say it does have a unique sound signature, so some of you may not get accustomed to it right away. And design and fit wise, to be completely honest, design was okay. I didn't have any complaints about it, but fit, I think I felt comfortable earphones before, so yeah. But anyway, so that was my review. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.